Back to the daily grind, and shout out to the full-time patrons. Make sure to hit subscribe if you're new and hit thumbs up if you're not a baby back bagel biting bitch boy, cause you know what time it is. It's full time.
MMA.
What is up, full-time family? DC, Daniel Cormier, who's going to be fighting Stipe Miocic in the champion vs. champion super fight at UFC 226, let's go, has came out and spoke with MMA Fighting and said that he still believes he could defeat Jon Jones if given a third opportunity. Now, Jon Jones has responded, but I've got to tell you, I believe DC can beat Jon Jones as well. Now, we covered this recently. I told you guys, we still don't 100% know if we've seen Daniel Cormier fight a clean Jon Jones. And it's because after Jon Jones came back to shut up all the doubters and critics and he did knock out Daniel Cormier, he unfortunately popped for trace elements of banned substances. So with that being said, some people say, yeah, but it was just trace elements. But at the same time, we don't know what that means. That could mean he was trying to hide it and a little bit got through. It could mean he was innocent and he just took some dick pills or whatever the hell, you know, or some Chinese cocaine. It could mean Jon Jones is innocent. I mean, that's what a lot of people want to believe, but at the same time, we don't know, which is why Daniel Cormier, I don't blame him for still believing he could beat Jon Jones, because he's beat literally every fucking buddy else, including heavyweights. Frank Mears, the Roy Nelson, I believe. DC has he's undefeated at heavyweight against some legitimate heavyweights, and also he came down to light heavyweight and beat fucking everyone not named Jon Jones, even Alexander Gustafsson, who in my opinion is the best lightweight in the world that's not Jon Jones or DC. I mean, it's crazy. So what DC has done is remarkable as far as his mixed martial arts resume is concerned. Very high level wrestler before that, Olympic level wrestler, but also came over undefeated at heavyweight, undefeated at light heavyweight to everyone not named Jon Jones, who actually popped dirty. So DC believes he could still beat him, and I don't blame him, because it's also a big fight. You know what I'm saying? That's a huge rivalry. DC and Jon Jones is one of the longest rivalries, one of the, biggest rivalries that I can think of in UFC history. I mean, as far as this has been dating back to how long, because Jon Jones is getting suspended and stuff like that, so it prolongs it. The rematch comes, the rematch goes, and in 4 years, Jon Jones is out. So this is a rivalry that's been going on forever. But they fought twice, Jon Jones has won twice, which normally means you don't see a trilogy. There's not a lot of times one guy wins the first two fights and then you see a trilogy. But in this case, I wouldn't even be mad because Jon Jones popped dirty. But the thing is, if USADA's still around and Jon Jones comes back, I'm sure he's going to have to go through a period of time, just like Brock Lesnar, of he's going to have to prove he's clean before he can fight again. And so if he does do that, maybe we see a different result. We don't know. But Jon Jones did respond to Daniel Cormier, who said he still believes he can beat Jon Jones. And he said, "Come and get me, baby." That's what Jon Jones had to say on Twitter. Now, boy, I wish Daniel Cormier responds to this. He's got the perfect response, because this is like Jon Jones is open to a trilogy, and actually right now Daniel Cormier is taking everything Jon Jones worked for. He's got that belt that Jon Jones, just won back, and he's getting this Jon Jones's champion versus champion super fight. If Jon Jones wanted to move up and fight Stipe or Brock Lesnar, now that's what Daniel Cormier is doing. So Daniel Cormier is getting Jon Jones checks right now, because you gotta blame Jon Jones. It was his fault, not being careful what he put into his body or whatever the case may be. But still, Jon Jones said, "Come and get me, baby." Now, I wish DC responded and said, "I can't. You're suspended, Jon." And you gotta put the Jon on there. You know how he always talks to him, like, "I can't, you're suspended, Jon." You're suspended for taking steroids, Jon. Oh, that would be a fucking amazing response. With that being said, though, I would love to see this trilogy fight in the future. We'll see what happens with Jon Jones. We'll see if he can either come back sooner rather than later. His most recent hearing didn't go his way, unfortunately, but there's still talks of maybe him showing rehabilitation or maybe being able to prove his innocence again at a further hearing or something like that. So I'll keep you guys updated with Jon Jones, and when he's coming back to MMA, if we get an update on that. Let the full-time family know what you think in the comments about DC still believing he could beat Jon Jones, and Jon Jones responded. I'm out. And as always, thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button and also hit the notification bell right next to it so you're notified every time I upload a video. I'm out.
This is #1 bullshit.